This is like the 5th time I'm recording this video because this concept is literally what it is. Okay, what it says that it is, it is. It is called the backwards law.
The backwards law is as paradoxical as it sounds. Created by philosopher Alan Watts, the law says that if you want something, you have to release your desire for it. If not, the more you pursue it, you will achieve the exact opposite and be even more dissatisfied.
The more you try to get rid of dissatisfaction, the more dissatisfied we become. So like trying to be happy is exactly the reason we aren't.
It kind of sounds weird at first sound. I mean, it sounded weird to me.
Why you being weird to
But
me?
if you think about it like lost stuff in your house, it makes sense. We've all lost our keys before. The more that we look for it, the more frustrated and confused we get. But the moment we give up, the keys just so magically appear. Our goals are as simple as finding lost keys. And it doesn't have to be that complicated. We just make it that complicated. But how do we achieve our goals if not working for them and thinking about them as we've been taught to? It might be tough to think of your goals as simple as finding keys, but it is. People apply the backwards law to love all the time. You only find love when you stop looking for it. So why can't you apply the backwards law to your deepest and most inner wants?
I did it!
Grand Risings. Peace, love, and light. Subscribe for more.
I fell across this video and it was talking about the backwards elephant, or something is backwards. The gist of this video was saying that the less you go after something, the easier it'll come to you, or more so like the more you strive for something and the more you remind yourself of something, the harder it is going to become to attain. That's literally as backwards as fuck. After 11 minutes of listening to this and just like really trying to like listen to this man and program my brain, what he was saying was kind of true. Before I started this whole YouTube and Instagram thing and like wanted people to like follow me and subscribe and be here and watch my journey, I was just doing it. And I was doing it because I liked it, and in a way it gave me a place to express myself. But once I kind of geared my attentions towards wanting followers and wanting likes, I became a little bit more miserable. I'm not gonna hold you, like things became almost like filled with pressure. I wasn't feeling happy. I just didn't like it. Still trying to find a space of grounds where like I can really enjoy making work and still do it in like a really disciplined manner. But when my focus turned to doing this for some type of gain, I became kind of miserable, okay? Kind of just depressed. The way that this man had explained it is when we have goals for something, our mind is going to continuously think about that goal and think about where we are and only see how far we are from that goal. And because we're not there yet, we suffer because it reminds us of how inadequate we are.
The way I interpret the backwards law are that there are 3 facets that go into it, or 3 major components that build it. 1, surface goals. 2, inner desires. 3, happiness/dissatisfaction. Depending on how you pursue and seek out your inner desires and how you pursue and seek out your surface goals will land you on either side of the seesaw, whether it be happiness or dissatisfaction. In my scenario, my surface level goal is I want a plethora of followers. I mean like a whole lot, like in the thousands. But for right now, I'm going to focus on a surface level goal that most of us have. You guessed it, money! The goal for many people may be to have money. This means to be a fountain of overpouring riches, but a generous, comfortable amount. Although this is the collective goal for everyone, to each person there is usually a deeper, more universal result of reaching that goal. Let's say making more money meant more traveling, and now you're able to experience the world freely as you wish. Maybe more money meant working less, so you can enjoy your children and your pets and house as long and as much as you want. For some, more money means more authority, and you can help those around you and your immediate situation for something better. Although the surface goal is money, our inner desires and our true wants are usually deeper and have no true correlation to money. Money is just the facet in which we believe we can get those things in life. There's a very big part in our human nature that is often overlooked when goal setting, and that is the human will to live.
There was a second function that natural selection decided was definitely non-negotiable: wanting. While the liking parts of our brain cause an experience of pleasure, wanting regions cause an experience of craving. Wanting regions compel us to take action and to go after stuff that feels good. And despite being relatively stingy with liking regions, natural selection seems to have really invested in wanting. Wanting regions are much bigger than liking regions, and they have connections that project all over the brain. The brain even has an entire neurotransmitter called dopamine that's largely devoted to motivating us to go after stuff.
That was just my favorite podcast host, Dr. Laurie Santos. She explains how the human mind is wired to want, to desire, consume, and to lust. But there aren't many parts of the brain that actually like and enjoy. Along with the mind's constant need of wanting and to consume, this reinforces the mind's constant fear of lack. So although one day acquiring your desired amount of money, the mind will still continuously want and fear that this may not be enough, or one day might disappear. The intent of the backwards law is to get you to your inner desires on the side of the seesaw that is the happiest. However, as we just discovered, because of the human will to live, we will always continue to seek and desire and want more, therefore creating more surface level goals. The reason in which we must let go of the desire for those surface level goals is that because in reality, we don't truly want those things. We just desire for them as our human, natural selected animalistic minds want and want and want. Which is why the running story of sad millionaires continues to haunt the sad poor. Because whether you are making $12 an hour or live in Trump Towers, our human brains are wired the same way. We want more.
It's in our nature to be just want and want and want. But the thing is that the wanting makes us less appreciative of what there is right now. Pursuing something only reinforces the fact you lack it in the first place. The more desperately you want to be rich, the more poor and unworthy you feel, regardless of how much you make. That's by Mark Manson. If your association with being free and being content and being happy isn't until you have a certain amount of money, it makes you suffer more and it makes it harder to get. Because imagine being in this mindset where you just never have enough. It's always going to stay that same way no matter how much you make. You're just always going to feel like you don't have enough.
Even in the worst case scenario, the backwards law still applies. Let's say that you're homeless and you don't want to be in that situation any longer. However, every single day you are wishing away this state that you're in. You're desiring to be somewhere else. And even though the goal is to probably have a home and have money in which to support yourself, which is amazing, that is still your surface level goal. Your inner desire is to feel safe. Your inner desire is to feel protected. Your inner desire is to feel that all of your basic needs are being met without having to worry. By wishing away the state that you are currently in, you are continuing to put yourself through a state of suffering and dissatisfaction because you are reminded that your situation is so bad and that you're reminded that you are so far away from this goal. What the backwards law intends for you to do is to release the very strong want and desire for somewhere else that you aren't currently. To wish that you are somewhere else that you currently are is putting your mind through a sense of suffering because you want to get out of the present moment. And we all know through more mindfulness and gratitude practices that it's imperative to be mindful and grateful for where you are, even though it's shitty.
If you can accept imperfection, then you are perfect. But if you can't accept your imperfection, the more imperfect you are. Which was my favorite part of what he said. Accepting a negative experience is a positive experience, but fighting a negative experience means you suffer twice.
So we have to play a simple trick on our mind the same way our minds play a trick on us. Your surface level goal does not own your inner desires. Your surface level goal is not the place where you will be happiest and safest and in most control. If you continue to think that, no matter what goal you set, whether it be over the course of 10 years or 1 month, you will suffer. You will suffer as you strive for the goal and suffer once you get there, realizing that it does not fulfill your inner desire. Your mind will think that the surface goal is the only place you'll be happy, so it won't let you ever be happy now. And as we discovered, that is not the truth, because even at completing the surface of a goal, you will still desire and make new goals to fulfill the consistent sense of lack. So anytime you set your goal, it's not just the idea of getting the goal. It's the fulfillment of taking actions and incrementally getting the results as you move towards it. Make peace with your negative situations. I know it's hard, but tell your mind that you are not missing anything and you are joyful to be right where you are.
Like something that I really want, which is again like those outside circumstances. I want 100,000 subscribers. That's my desire. Ooh, I just cracked my ankle. Oh my god. I also want revenue to come directly to me from YouTube. Really, what I want is my time back. I don't want to work a job anymore. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to ever have to worry about money. I want to be able to give freely and build things that are long lasting for other people, to also free their lives and give them their time back. So my goal isn't really to just have 100,000 subscribers. That don't do nothing for me. Okay, child. What I want are all the things that I believe 100,000 subscribers can bring me. Please do not come into my comments talking about the revenue from YouTube, whatever. I'm going to not think so much about the things that I want and not think about so much that I'm broke, and to be okay with right now. Even though some of my goals are far away, I know that one, I'm gonna get there. I'm enjoying the process to get there, even though it's a pretty tough one. Like some days I wake up confused. I'm just like, I don't know what is the right step today to make to get to that goal. And I hate that feeling, because I don't want to feel like this goal is the only thing that's keeping me going, because life should just be lived just cause, in my opinion. And I was so much happier, just so much more freely living before I had this goal to be a mogul, okay? Which I think will happen. I know will happen, because child, I'm just here, and child, that's what the spirit is telling me. On that note, I'm not gonna think about it. Okay, I'm not even gonna think about what he said, because it was not making sense. And if I think about it a lot more, then it probably will continue to just make me confused. So I'm gonna enjoy my time with y'all, focus on making these videos, focus on connecting with y'all, focus on making community, okay, instead of just focusing on the other things that really do not even matter. Look at me! It only took me 14 tries and 20% of my battery, and I broke my camera today. Did I tell y'all that? Oh, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I appreciate y'all for coming to this park talk, and I will see y'all next Friday with another video. Peace, love, and light.